As a therapist, went to do my job, it seemed that the service members that I was caring for had figured out ways to take care of themselves. Largely, it was by adopting feral animals, and so many service members, and I'm sure Sergeant Milo is probably guilty. So many service members adopted feral animals that the commanding general actually issued General Order Number 1 that because of the fear of rabies, no one will have an animal. Well, that didn't stop anyone. And I can tell you that I saw more puppies in Alice packs and more feral dogs in tanks, and everywhere you went, people had adopted dogs. And anecdotally, they just seemed to do better. They didn't necessarily need a traveling shrink. They just needed to have a connection with something warm and fuzzy and something that would that they could take care of. And that relationship with canines sort of followed me back, and I was absolutely delighted when I returned from Afghanistan, where uh, we that bond with animals actually even became more developed with units that had remained in country for long periods of time. In fact, not only did people adopt dogs, but the litters that dog had would be passed on to the units that would roll in and rip or relieve the unit in place. It became almost General Order Number 1 became almost irrelevant in that regard. In fact, even on one particular base, I won't mention the name of the commanding general, but he too had a dog in his office. Um, so it was pretty hard to sort of support General Order Number 1 in that regard. I came home from Afghanistan and was absolutely delighted to learn that then one of my colleagues, Colonel George Nussbaum, who was our director of what we called continuity, already had the vision of not only helping Rick establish this facility, but create a welcome mat for dogs at the NICO, at the National Intrepid Center of Excellence, and so from a personal level, it was very gratifying to know that I would be working in a place that also understood the importance of the warrior canine connection. The WCC motto is serving, the dogs serving mankind for 30,000 years. Well, dogs have really served service members, I think, since the Continental Army, because the bond and the relationship is so strong. And as a psychotherapist, I have seen the amazing results. Several of the individuals in the audience here would probably bear better testimony to that. But this special bond was something that Colonel Nussbaum understood perhaps better than anyone. He was our director of what we called continuity and or concierge and continuity, and it was his idea to really welcome wounded warriors back in a way that would make them feel like they were the most important person that any of us at the NICO would have the honor and opportunity to work with. And so that concierge or that hospitality, that concern, that care really has continued through the day, and we've seen almost 300 patients now at the NICO. It's a very intensive month-long treatment that really only the most I don't want to say the most difficult or challenging cases actually come to NICO because of our limited capacity. But those who come now have now the opportunity to enrich their care by a period of time that they'll spend with the canines that Rick and Patty and Marshall and WCC has brought. I wanted to also take this moment, if I may, to acknowledge Dr. Nussbaum for the motto that we have and proudly boast at the NICO as an instrument of hope, healing, discovery, and learning. And truly, that's our charter, and we will, over the years to come, I believe, make good on that promise and that legacy, and in doing so, finding, the cure, if you will, to chronic disease of TBI, complicated by psychological health. So Colonel Nussbaum set us up in a good state, and now with puppy enrichment, a lot of that care that he envisioned can continue. I would like to, at this time, invite Mrs. Nussbaum, Jackie and her family up to the podium. We'll have to pass this around because it's worth taking a look at, but Josh, how many years in the making has the coin been? 2 years in the making. We actually now have a NICO coin, and those of you who know that in the military you ain't nothing if you don't have a coin. Well, this coin is so coveted. This is only the 4th coin that has been presented, and it's appropriately delivered because on the coin, and hopefully you all get a chance to see it, is Colonel Nussbaum's legacy motto, an instrument of hope, healing, discovery, and learning.
We had this plaque made to dedicate the Puppy Enrichment Center to Colonel George F. Nussbaum. So this will be known as the Colonel George F. Nussbaum Puppy Enrichment Center. And on the plaque, Colonel Nussbaum certainly was a steward of health and healing and helped so many. And relationships were so important to him. And I think he really saw the value in how the dog can help facilitate relationships. So it's really our honor to put this plaque up, and so everyone knows his involvement. So, thank you.
I believe it's time to officially cut the ribbon and inaugurate the center.
One housekeeping note here for you, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank all of you who joined us here in Brookville today, and those who attended virtually through the Dog Bless You Puppy Cam. That cam, by the way, now, be careful, because you don't want your boss is watching you all day like we do at the station. That cam is going to enable you to continue to watch the healing powers of Misty's Weather Litter, and you'll know that when you see the names, WCC's newest service dog puppies, while keeping us focused on the needs of recovering for our warriors. Thank you so much for attending today. Congratulations to everyone involved. Well done.
Yeah.